Good morning all and welcome back to World News. I am your host Sam Hardess-McDonald. Canadians, especially those from Quebec, know all about it. The Quebec Referendum of 1995. A quick recap if you haven't tuned in for the past few days. Back in 1980, Parti Québécois, led by René Lévesque of Quebec, held a referendum to try to gain sovereignty for Quebec. It was held to display Quebec's proposal, their independence from Canada due to its differences in language, culture, and style of life. The referendum that took place in 1980 ended in the no side winning with roughly 60% of the votes. This most recent referendum took place on October 30th, 1995, and was also called by Parti Québécois, this time being led by Jacques Périlleuse. Since the failure of the 1980 referendum, Parti Québécois continued to push for another vote on Quebec's sovereignty. The 1995 referendum had a voter turnout of 93.52%, which is Quebec's largest voter turnout in history. Clearly, a lot of people have an important opinion on this matter. The no side won by a tiny margin of 50.58% of all votes. The following day, Jacques Périlleuse resigned from being the leader of the Parti Québécois. Some people question how ballots were counted and whether all voters were eligible. However, these claims remain debated. The atmosphere after the vote was described as tense between Anglophone and Francophone people of Quebec. Many Francophones blamed Anglophones for the result of the vote, and it left deep scars not only politically, but personally. This referendum did not just impact the people of Quebec, but Canada as a whole. Now, I will send it off to Sam number 2, who was on site during the voting day. Thank you, Sam number 1. I can report that it is crazy down here in Quebec City. The lines are farther than the eye can see, and it's clear that so many people want to express their opinions on this possible future country. If you don't want to hear it from me, hear it from this active citizen.
I live in the neighborhood. I've never seen such a turnout at any election. Never before. To see a lineup this long is an indication of how serious the issue is.
Following the vote, 3 initiatives were put into place that changed Canada forever. The first states that Canada will recognize Quebec as a distinct nation due to the close vote, proving that many people believe that Quebec should become its own nation. The second policy gave the Western provinces, Atlantic provinces, Ontario, and Quebec veto power over, quote, all future constitutional changes to national institutions such as the Senate, the creation of new provinces, and any amendments regarding the distribution of powers. British Columbia later gained its own separate veto, while Alberta effectively gained one as well because of its large share of the prairie population. The third and final initiative states that, quote, the federal government would give up any role it plays in labor/market training, apprenticeship programs, cooperative education programs, and workplace-based training, thus allowing the provinces to assume this responsibility. This initiative gives not just Quebec, but all provinces in Canada a more impactful role in what they control within themselves. The 1995 Quebec referendum became one of the closest and most important votes in Canadian history. Although Quebec remained part of Canada, the close result forced the federal government to make major constitutional and political changes that still affect Canada today. Thank you, and we'll see you after the Leafs and Habs game.